Welcome back, team. Welcome to session 3, Terraform language syntax. Understanding the blocks, arguments, attributes, and meta arguments, identifiers, and comments in Terraform. Understanding the blocks. This is the way blocks are created, the type of block, then block label, and then the body, which is nothing but identifier and the expression. It is in declarative format, means we declare. For example, type is a resource here in this case, and the label is Azure RM resource group Skillpedia, and this is the resource block. This is first argument, this is second argument, name is Skillpedia -1, location is East US. This is again another block, resource label, my vnet, this is another label, name of the vnet, address space of the vnet, location where it will be created, and the resource group name. So this is the block example. Arguments, attributes, and meta arguments. You can always specify whether it is required or optional, and they take this format: resource type dot resource name dot required or dot optional. Additional links are there for your reference. We will understand these blocks with the help of example. I have already sourced the file env-vars. Let's go to the part 3, that is session 3, language syntax, Terraform manifests, and this is the one file here, top level block samples. Let me explain with line by line this file. This file has a lot of examples, starting from comment block. Like this is a variable which says that subscription underscore ID is a variable which is declared. For me, it will come from env-vars.sh file. Any variable exported as an environment variable with the name tf_var_ in uppercase will be required and recognized by Terraform, and you can use them. Therefore, I have that variable with this name. Now this is the block 1 Terraform settings, required version, Terraform providers, that is Azure RM, Azure Resource Manager, and then resource HashiCorp Azure RM and version. Then this is the Terraform state storage to Azure storage controller, like backend resource name, resource group name, storage account name, and the container name and the key that will be stored. This is the provider block where we specify the subscription ID or other features. This is block 3 resource block, create a resource group, like resource Azure RM resource group, and the resource group name I am creating Skillpedia, for example, the name and the location. Create virtual network, resource Azure virtual network, my network, and the name, address space, location where it will be created, in which resource group it will be created, like Azure resource manager resource group Skillpedia dot location, and the name. Then input variable block, variable Azure region, like default is East US, description and the type. This is output values block. Look at the type, it is output. Azure resource group ID, description, and the value that will be displayed. This is local values block, like locals name that will come from the variables, like where.business unit, where.environment name. And another type is data source block. See the type of data. So category wise, if you see data block, local values block, output block, variable block, resource block, these are the type of blocks we have. And the module, this is a module block where we specify the module network source, resource group, address space, subnet prefixes. Inside that we can have tags also. So this way, these are the different blocks we have in this file. So this will be creating all these blocks. Let's initialize. This will pull the plugin thing. I'm just commenting it out right now. So I'm not including this setting block is fine, but state storage. I don't want to store this. Comment this line out. Yes. So we have not created anything. So once I create, I will be able to run this. But for the time being, I have skipped this part. Missing arguments. Or I can skip the module right now. So let me go to the last part and let me comment out the module block. I'm commenting out the module also. Let's plan now. Business unit is not declared. We don't have these variables actually. vi // env This way you will learn this also. Variable environment name and business unit. And I must declare these variables on the top of the file also. So I source these files // env. Now I'll open the same file. This is my one environment variable name, which will come from the environment variable file. And one was business unit. Now we have a business unit variable, environment name. Both the variables are coming from my environment variable file. Now let's run it. Now there's something else. Existing was not found. We'll fix this also. Nile number 71. Yeah, this is the it is expecting a resource group name. Instead of this, what I can use is I can use the existing actual group name. So this is the name of my existing resource and I'll be using this. Never ever run away from the errors. That's the learning I want to give you, team. And you can see I have fixed almost all of them. So I'm running Terraform apply auto approve. This will create all the resources required, mentioned with all the blocks in this Terraform. And it is actually covering a lot of different types of blocks. So therefore you should go slow, understand each line, understand each concept, and try to fix the issues rather than commenting out those lines. Due to the time, I just commented out to a few of them. Now I'm destroying it. And that's all for this session. Thank you very much.